Welcome to another trade breakdown video. My name is Raymond Schalk from Fortuna Capital Traders, and I will talk you through this trade. The thing is, I took a trade really late in the session, and it resulted in a loss. There are a couple of key takeaways for you guys, and that's why I decided to make a trade breakdown video of this loss, as risk management wise, and also by following your plan, because this loss could have been prevented if I just stick to my plan. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Okay, we were looking on the higher time frames on GDX this morning, and I was a little bit contradictory on where price should go because of how it looked like at the time. Could go bullish or bearish. So we went lower to the we went to the lower time frames. We saw that there was some bearish price action as well, but I still had some bullish bias in me. So when you look on the 30-minute and after the 9:30 closure into 10 o'clock, that was for the first little bit of a mistake happened. I entered it after 10 o'clock, and in my rules I can only trade like between 8 or 10, but it was like 1 minute after 10 when I got the entry. I was like, yeah, let's just do it, let's try it. I did make nice returns in January, but still it isn't my plan. So I went to the 50-minute and looked at some options. So what I saw here was a candle that's bearish engulfing that wants to push down price, right? Then we got this closure that was bullish with a nice wick to the downside. It's a big bullish though, but the 30-minute also closed above this area. And that seemed to me that we could continue up, that we have some retracement, and we now continue to the upside. So what I tried to do was take this trade, and it was a little risky. I already knew that when this high broke after this, some type of wick formed. So what I did was do something like this. Boom. I had like an 80 pip stop something. All right, so here we are, right? Boom, in this trade now. I was targeting the high of this range, so the high of that wick actually, and maybe this could result into a nice position. Okay, after the first mistake, right, taking it after 10 o'clock, but what I did do was make a decision before I entered the trade. So I clicked the button and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm not getting emotional into the trade. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm not going to close it, I'm going to buy more, or no, I already made my decision. So what I did was this. When this candle broke its own high, it came down again. The wick of that candle was around here. So the low of that candle where I entered was somewhere around, let's say here, I guess, somewhere around there. There was a low of that wick. So what I did do was put a partial SL on right there. So right here, let's put it on, partial SL. What does that mean? Partial SL is where I close my trade partially to manage my risk, because I do not want to have the full exposure open if the low gets broken. 50% closed. So what I did there, I risked 1% of the trade, already closed 50% of it. So this was around a 0.2% something loss, a little bit more actually, that I cashed in. So still I have the rest of my position running. Okay, so what happened here? This candle closed bullish. All right. So what I did back then, after this one wick down further and give it a more breathing room to go up, I just moved my SL below the current candle. So if this SL would have been hit, my total loss would have been around 0.6, maybe around 0.6 to 0.7% in total, right? Let's check this for a second. Actually 0.65%, right? So that would be my full loss now. So from 1% risk, I now got into cashing in already a 0.20, 0.25% loss to a total loss of maybe 0.65%. Okay, this my total risk was managed already. What happened then? This next candle came down, all right, but after it came down, it pushed up and made a new high. And when a candle makes a new high, it should continue up to the upside. And if it comes back down to its own low and it isn't getting respected, then there's a high chance that we push down a little further. So what I did do after the closure of this one and it broke the previous high, I just moved my SL a little bit higher again. Boom, here we are. So what happened here? It pushed up, tried to push through this resistance, did not have the volume, as there is no volume expected in my opinion around 10 o'clock, and that's why it's a mistake from my part. And from there, we had the problem that the price came down. Already managed my risk at the same level. So I lost in total around 0.48% of the position after risking 1%. So what I did there was managing the risk and keeping my loss small. There was no way to manage risk right if it just fell right off a cliff. Then my total loss would be around 0.7%, 0.8%. But after I managed it once and then moved it up, it was only a 0.6% loss, 0.65. And after here, it's just a 0.48, 0.5% loss in total. Yeah. So that's how you manage risk, people. So how to properly manage risk is doing it like this. Like price action trading wise, you can just manage it after closure. And if there's no volume coming in, your trade is not going to work. So at least you get your losses short and you live to fight another day. So if I keep my losses that small, right, and my winners are being at least 0.89, maybe 1%, I'm good because my average risk to reward will be around 1 to 2. And in the long run, that's going to pay off. My win rate is also positive at around 0.6, 60 to maybe 70% some months. So I have a good win rate. So if I keep that up, I have a nice profitable trading strategy. So again, key takeaways, timing, please stick to your timing. Actually, it's a message to myself, please stick to my timing because this was a loss that could have been prevented. And the second one is manage risk. And this is the most important one, and why I decided to record a video about this topic is that I kept my loss so small that I need one win and I already got back like minimum of 1.5 times the money that I just lost. All right. So I hope you guys learned something and I hope you guys will try this yourself on the charts. And if there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. All right. Enjoy your day, people, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ciao.